we also have to understand something about the passion and intensity of which we experience sex when we first started dating or first met our husbands. This is so important because this is where the experts in sex and marriage and relationships are giving really bad advice that does not solve the problem and keeps us going around in circles. So much of what is out there is trying to teach women and trying to teach couples how to get back to the passion, how to get back to the intensity and the desire and what it was when we first met. And for women, we want to get back there, and this is really important to understand. We wanted sex to make us feel loved. And in the beginning, we get caught up in the emotional experience of the passion, the excitement, the intensity that gives us a feeling of being loved. So then when we have kids and the reality of marriage hits and the responsibilities begin to stack up in life and the newness wears off, we no longer feel that passion and intensity, and we don't feel loved, and we think there's something wrong in the bedroom. And there's something wrong in the marriage that we don't have that, and it's not giving us that experience anymore. But if it was all an act in the beginning because we became who we thought we needed to be to get the man, and we needed to have that intensity and that passion, you have to understand it was a fake, false experience. There's nothing to go back to because it wasn't real to begin with. And that's where I buried myself in overwhelm and paralyzed myself in sex after getting married. Is one, thinking something was terribly wrong, that sex with my husband wasn't like it was 4 years ago when we'd first met. And then reading the books, talking to people, going to therapy, and trying to recreate the passion and intensity of what was there and not able to get back there, and then feeling like something was terribly, terribly wrong with me and terribly wrong with my marriage. And that's what all the books were saying. And I couldn't get there. And now I understand why. And no one ever teaches us this. No one ever teaches us this. That sex does change once you get married. Now it seems like what my mentor would say, like, duh. It's supposed to change. What it was in the beginning isn't sustainable. It's not a sustainable long-term plan for if you're going to be committed and be married until death do us part. What it was in the beginning or what we had was some bad boy years ago, that's not sustainable. You're never going to be able to keep that up, and you're never going to be able to get back there because it was an act. So we have to start to normalize. We have to start to normalize that sex changes and intimacy changes once we get married. And when we accept that, and this has been my experience and Adam's experience too, and what we've talked about, it's actually so much better because now it's real. And there's a much, much deeper intimacy and true connection than a contrived experience of passion and intensity in the bedroom. Was that fun? Of course. But it's not sustainable and it's not realistic. And no one's teaching anyone, hey, it changes. And it's a good thing when you embrace it and you go through that transition. But we're told that's wrong. And there's something wrong in your marriage if it doesn't have the desire and passion and intensity that it had in the beginning. And the path is with all the things and tricks and tips we need to do to get back there. And you're never going to get back there. because it was an act. So this comes to the real problem of why you are so disinterested, why you are so bored, why you feel like it's a chore, why you feel like it's a checklist, is because you never learned to enjoy it for yourself as you. That's the real problem. You never learned to enjoy it for yourself as you. It was all an act. So you're trying to get back to something that never existed and was never real. And this is the first part of getting to a solution, is understanding the real why underneath it. And again, this is for women who are trying to figure this out and trying to resolve it and get their sex life back on track in their marriages. So what happens is, as married women, then we start to build excuses not to have sex. And we pretend we're interested, but we come up with so many excuses because we're tired of the act and the show. We can't keep it up. And because the realities of life set in, and the responsibilities of marriage, the responsibility of parenting, the responsibility of being out in an adult life come in, and it's way too much work to put on the act of sex. We've never learned to have sex without the act. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and you want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And the Happiness Program teaches you to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you can be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take back the power you've unknowingly given away to your wives, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. And the course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.